This video is about configuring port security on Commando Marshall C3500 series routing switches. So port security helps to secure a network by preventing unknown devices from forwarding packets. When a link goes down, all dynamically locked addresses are freed. The port security features offers the benefits like limit the number of MAC addresses on a given port. Packets that have matching MAC address, secure packets are forwarded. All other packets which are unsecured are restricted or blocked. You can enable port security on per port basis. This port security implements traffic filtering methods like dynamic locking and static locking, and this can be used concurrently. So how to do the port security? For that, configure terminal. Then go to any of the interface, let us say int eth -0-1. I want to configure the port security on port 1. I will call it as a switch port, and then switch port security. Maximum 3 max can be connected to this switch, and I can also specify some of the MAC addresses for this port. Switch port, port security, MAC address, let us say 0000.1111.2222 with having VLAN 1. And if this maximum 3 is violated, then switch port, port security violation. So I can choose any of the action like error disable. So this will discard the packet and set the interface in error disable. Unless I shut down and no shut down this port, this will not be up, or otherwise I can enable with the error disable conditions. Then I can protect the port, or I can restrict the port. I will discard and generate a log. So I will restrict the port. So show port security will show the security configurations for the port, and we can also see the show port security address table. So this way it can be shown, and for particular interface also we can see the packets. So port security monitors receive and learn packets. Access to the lock ports are limited to a user with a specific MAC address. Violation action is when the switch with an unauthorized MAC address attempt to use the port. The port will be administratively disabled and must be manually re-enabled. So if I choose the protect as a security violation rule, it drops packet with the unknown source MAC addresses until the secure MAC addresses are learned. If I use restrict, then a port security violation restrict the packet after security violation. This result into increase in the counter and cause an SNMP notification to be generated. I can also use the shutdown. So it will discard the packet from unlearned source and shut down the port. The port remains shut down until reactivated or until the device is rebooted. So apart from that, we can also have the dynamic locking. You can specify the maximum number of MAC address that can be learned on the port. The maximum number of MAC address is a platform dependent and given in the software release notes. After the limit is reached, additional MAC addresses are not learned. Only the frames with an allowable source MAC address are forwarded. Dynamic locked addresses can be converted to statistically locked addresses. Dynamically locked addresses are aged out if another packet with that address is not seen within the age out time. you can set the timeout value. Dynamically locked MAC addresses are eligible to be learned by another port. Static MAC addresses are not eligible for aging out. You can manually specify the list of static MAC address for the port. So there are two types of secure MAC address as such. Static secure MAC address, these are manually configured by the interface configuration like switch port, port security MAC addresses by this command and giving the MAC addresses, and you can also have the dynamically secure MAC addresses. If the security violation occurs, then this error disable, protect and discard can be used. You can also configure the VLAN security feature which is used to limit the total number of MAC addresses learned in a particular VLAN. The MAC address can be added manually or learn automatically. So for that, the command is you have to create a VLAN first and you can set the maximum number of MAC addresses in that VLAN. So for that, configure terminal, VLAN database. I want to create a VLAN, let us say VLAN 2, and for this VLAN 2 I will go to this VLAN and VLAN 2 MAC limit maximum, and I can specify any from 1 to 65,535. So let us say I want 1000. So 1000 maximum 1000 MAC can be learned in VLAN 2. If this limit is crossed, I can take an action on that. So VLAN 2 MAC limit action. So I can discard, forward or warn. So I want to discard, or I can also have the MAC learning disabled. I can do whatever actions which I want to have. So by giving the command show VLAN security, I can see the VLAN maximum count, MAC count, which is configured for that particular VLAN. We can also have these other options like we can also set this as a warn, or we can learning enable, and other options we can also use for securing the VLAN from getting excess of MAC addresses in particular VLAN. Thank you.